arkadaşlar, Sazan TV'ye hoş geldiniz. Yeni oyun diyordum az daha. Oyunu yüklediğim. Ya devam et seçeneği niye yok ki burada? Direkt hani en son kaydı kendisi yüklesin. İlla biz seçeceğiz. En üstteki mi oluyordu her zaman? 0207 0207 2255 budur. Haydi bakalım. Müzik sesi benim sesimden fazla mıdır? Değildir inşallah. Oyundayken kayıt esnasında anlayamıyorum. Bazen oyunun sesi çok kısık oluyor, bazen benim sesim kısık oluyor. Kayıt bittikten sonra fark ediyorum. Onu da çözmek, düzeltmek için iş işten geçmiş oluyor artık. Evet, en son bundan bir önceki bölümde de en son bıraktığımız yer olan bu hanın içinden devam ediyoruz. Alt kattan değildi çıkış, buradan da çıkış. Ama buradaki insanlarla konuşup bilgi toplayacaktık değil mi? Görevimiz oydu. Mesela şu sağ üst köşedeki minimap'e bakıyorum. Şurada bir vatandaş görüyorum konuşulması gereken.
Damn, that was close. Innkeep! Vodka!
Triss Marigold. Lice eat me, but you are a treat to behold. Just a little pale.
Magic takes its toll, but I'll be all right. Good to see you and your beard again.
Can somebody tell me what happened? You set off a month ago for Zoltan's wedding.
That got fucked. There will be no wedding.
Did you hear about Foltest?
Rumors travel faster than the wind.
Winds and rumors. I want to know the truth.
I want to know how Foltest died. And the dragon, was there really one there? And who rules Temeria now?
Dandelion, calm down. You'll choke on your liquor.
Üçünü de herhalde konuşacağız.
Triss, you're the
bazen hani 3 tane seçenek sunuyor. Bir tanesini seçtiğimiz zaman öbürleri kalkıyor, ortadan kalkıyor. Bir daha geri dönüş olmuyor. Bu öyle değil de herhalde. Onlar işte insan karıştırıyor. Normal konuşma mı, seçenek mi olduğunu aslında bize bir ibareyle veya yazıları renkli yazarak falan verebilirler. Daha iyi olur.
Except the trade was in court and ministry positions, spheres of influence, royal privileges.
Humans.
In spite of several duels and 2 poisonings, no king was chosen. Civil war was in the air.
Did they ultimately resolve anything?
No. It ended as usual. Sadly, John Natalis remains our only hope.
Ah, the victor at Brenna, and Foltest's most tried and true field commander.
During the deliberations, he was several days' march from Lavalette Lands, with an additional 2,000 armed men in tow. He's to keep the peace until a rightful monarch is chosen.
He could find that ruling is to his liking.
Natalis is a soldier at heart. He's not suited to rule, and I don't believe he even wants to.
He's got the army behind him.
Which is why he can guarantee peace. Why, a tenuous one, sure, but that's always better than civil war. Besides which, he's deeply in debt to a dwarven bank in which Philippa Eilhart, as sorceress, holds significant stake.
Where were the mages?
Aye. Where were the grey eminences of this world when they were truly needed?
They weren't invited. Neither was I. But if not for their intervention, or rather that of a few influential sorceresses, Baron Kimball would have taken the throne.
I was invited to sing at his court once. Afterwards, he refused to pay me, and the food was awful. No way I'll stay in Temeria if he's crowned.
Şimdi ne aklıma geldi, ne alaka diyeceksiniz ama bilmiyorum, Game of Thrones izleyeniniz var mı? Game of Thrones'taki bir karakterin böyle bu tip bir RPG oyununu yapsalar, hani savaşlı, dövüşlü, konuşmalı, ilerlemeli seçenekler size sunduğu, Mesela Jon Snow'un olabilir. Çok da güzel olur hatta. Nereden aklıma geldiyse şimdi.
I think I've heard enough about politics. The dragon. Well, the dragon appeared, and that's all I know.
But where did the Lavalettes get a dragon? We heard it fought on their side. Huge.
Ejderhalarla dövüşeceğiz galiba. Ejderha öldürebiliyoruz yani bu oyunda. Emin değilim ama.
If you hadn't driven it off, Foltest might not have taken the castle.
Maybe. We'll never know for sure. No wedding, Zoltan.
The Breckenrigs broke off the engagement because some limp prick put it about that I joined the uprising in Vizima. My would-be pop-in-law refused to let a rebel firebrand join the family. Innkeep, where's our drink?
It was like this. We got to Mahakam a week after the Grandmaster died. Bought Zoltan an absolutely grand doublet, a pair of Garibaldi Krakows, and as a gift for Eudora, a jadestone as big as my fist.
You were broke as a joke by the time Dandelion threw me a bachelor party at an establishment called the Tight Lane.
Next day, we went over to the Breckenrigs. They welcomed us in, sat us down, and proceeded to discuss the superiority of Mahakaman mining know-how over any other. And that went on until dinner. Just when I thought I'd learned more than I ever wanted to know about mining, they served the soup.
You could have held a pin drop. Old Breckenrig rose and he says, "A real dwarf worths a mine, not chases fame on the battlefield."
You'll never believe this, Gerald, but they served duck blood soup. It was as black as tar. They must have dropped lumps of coal into the pot.
"Eat," Breckenrig says, then proceeded to slop 2 full bowls of the shite. Oh, goat. With his mind kids in on his head.
Foltest killer lay in wait in the tower.
Konuşmalar esnasında ben pek konuşmamaya çalışıyorum arkadaşlar. Yani bazı
Wait a minute. What were you doing there?
hem aklımdan geçen şeyler oluyor hem okuyorum sizle birlikte. Düşünüyorum. Siz de okuyorsunuzdur diye düşünüyorum.
He ordered me to be at his side during the battle. The dragon separated us from the rest of the army. The killer disguised himself as a monk, blind one at that.
Benim videoları 720p HD olarak seyrederseniz sizin için daha iyi olur. Çünkü altyazılar daha net, daha belirgin oluyor HD olduğunda. Sizin için de okuması daha kolay olur. Zaten genelde de Türkçe yaması olan, Türkçe çıkan oyunları oynamayı tercih ediyorum çoğunlukla.
I need to clear my name. Besides, I looked him in the eye before he escaped. He's a witcher. Then some brave Temerian soldiers showed up, piled on me, and knocked me out.
Save yourselves, good
Ne oldu ya? Daha konuşulacak şeyler vardı. Birkaç şey daha soracak.
Someone's casting spells.
Belki başka birileriyle daha konuşacak. Neyse. O ne be? Hayda. Tentacle. Oo. Abla. Bu adam ne donla mı çıkmış dışarıya?
What sort of sorceress are you?
Öbürü de bunların
Lot of
kıyafeti o
good you
demek.
did. Can't you hear me?
Niye ona yardım
Why didn't you
etmedin?
help
Etti ya.
him?
He's alive, isn't he?
The beast nearly pulled him in the water while you stood staring like a calf at a shit-covered clover.
What's
Yani
your
kadın
word?
daha ne yapsın? Yaratığı gönderdi işte.
Where's this beast?
Ask her.
Gerald.
Tanışıyor muyuz?
I guess we knew each other.
Oh, look
Gerald
here.
hatırlamıyor.
Birds of a
Tanışıyorlar
feather.
ama.
Let's say I've heard of
Ha,
him.
yok.
Master
tanışıyor.
Witcher, this is foolish. The beast near pulled Sozek into the depths, and you're simply chatting with this
Yep.
damsel.
Şunu hafifçe bir itlesek de suya düşürsek. Evet, önce
All
şunu...
right. What happened?
I came to Flotsam to kill the Karen,
Karen?
the monster that has effectively blocked the port. A moment ago, I had the
Yaratığın
good
ismi
fortune to
varmış.
see it in all its splendor, but the local folk scared it away.
Good fortune? You hear that, Sozek? That was some good fortune for you.
Why's the beast in the port all of a sudden, eh? Summoned by the witch, perchance?
To see it in all its splendor.
Aa. Seçeneklerde bu işaretlerin çıkması Şu iyi, şu kötü mü demek oluyor acaba? Bununla ilgili herhangi bir şey okumadım ya. İlk defa da çıkıyor bu şekilde karşıma. Bu nötr herhalde. Hiçbir şeye etki etmiyor şunu seçmeniz. Şu muhtemelen kötü. Defolun gidin hani. Şeyde Mass Effect'i bitirdik bu arada. Mass Effect'te erdem kazandıran ve öbürü neydi? Hainlik kazandıran seçenekler oluyordu. Bu da onun gibi herhalde. Şu erdem, bu hainlik gibi olabilir. Şunu bir seçelim, bir merak ettim ne olacağını. Normalde şunu demek istiyorum ama aslında sırf meraktan.
Sozek doesn't look too good. Lay him inside somewhere.
Right, we've dawdled enough already. Come on, lads, let's go.
What's this? I was ready for a rumble there.
Shut it,
Efsun
and
yeteneğimizi
come on.
kullanarak ikna ettik. Şey yaptık. Etkiledik.
I apologize
Başarısız da
for
olabiliyordu.
interrupting, but I am Louis Merce, and I am chief person in charge of all matters related to monster hunting in Flotsam. It is in this capacity that I must inquire if you're willing to attempt to resolve the problem of our so-called Karen, the beast that now blocks all trade traffic on the river.
So, Witcher, are we willing?
Ya istekliyiz de karadan kılıçla
I was here first, and I'll not
denizdeki bir
relinquish
yaratığı
this
nasıl
contract.
haklayabiliriz ki?
My way or the highway, as the locals put it.
Fine. Your way it is.
Sonuçta ateşli
You must
silah yok
contact
ya.
the merchants on the waterfront as
Anca
regards
alev
any
topu
rewards.
atarız.
Madame de Tanserville has, I believe, already conducted some preliminary negotiations.
That I have.
In that case, don't
Göğsünde
let
ne
me
var ya?
keep you.
Yuvarlak dövme.
Triss, how long must I wait for you to introduce us?
Sheila de Tanserville, advisor to Queen Zulika of Kovir.
Triss'le
Kovir
tanışıyorlar.
is a long way north.
True. I had my doubts if the Kayran was worth the journey, but those were dispelled with what it showed today.
Here to hunt down some ingredients?
Triss Merigold, sharp as ever.
You're thinking that...
Troll eyes, ghoul venom, virgin's blood, all those disgusting marvels we take from dying species, to throw into the cauldron at Sabbaths. Right, Triss?
Absolutely. Virgins are a dying breed.
Oh my, your sense of humour seems to be intact too. But enough of these pleasantries. Tell me, Gerald, you saw the tentacle. What do you make of it all?
The beast must be huge. Maybe inhabited one of the Pontar's tributaries before, hunting animals. Then it grew for some reason, and hunger drove it to seek fresh pastures.
And on the Pontar it found trade barges burgeoning with obese, slow-moving merchants. You're partly correct. Cedric claims the Kayran emerged from the northern swamps approximately 1 month past.
I need to look around, find out a few things.
An investigation, witches' rituals, extracting secrets and such.
More or less. I'll talk to the merchants about the reward, pay Cedric a visit, and get back to you.
You'll find me at the inn. I've rented lodgings there, on the upper floor.
You know the inn's also a whorehouse.
Thanks for the warning.
Hay Allah, bir de şimdi bu iş çıktı. Ya şunu gideremedim. Daha doğrusu nedenini bilmiyorum. Yani sudaki yansımalarımızın böyle kollarını açık tutan ikizimizmiş gibi görünmesi bir tuhaf.
Going somewhere, friend?
Yeah.
Say something, or did you just
Lan hep aynı
fart?
şeyleri söylemeyin ya.
You free?
No, working my arse off like a...
Buradan tekrar ana giriş. Evet. Şurada yeşil bir nokta var.
Nearly
Bu
got
nokta ne?
him. Go on, a
Ha,
wee
yine
bit
burası.
more.
Triss mi?
You gave Vernon a full report on Flotsam. Seen anything unusual around here?
They've got some amazing women at the brothel. You should take a look. One of them.
You know what I mean.
A town like any other. It's got a harbor, an inn, and a stinking muddy river. That's what an ordinary man would say. But we poets also look into people's souls. And things are not good. I saw a robbery sanctioned by law. Town watchmen laughing as they confiscated goods, all the while talking about how they finally bring order to the town. I saw drunken thugs beat up an elf woman while no one even flinched. I know these things happen everywhere, but here, it's not motivated by hatred or misguided attempts at meting out justice. People are driven by cold calculation, always looking for opportunities to get a little richer.
I need information. Anything that could help me track down the Kingslayers.
I only know gossip. Things folk have been saying since Demophen's death. People are throwing out blame left and right. One day it's the Elves, another the Nilfgaardians, then it's Rivians.
Let me guess. The suspects also include a Zerrikanian alchemist and a group of halflings.
Bold theory, that. But the mob comes up with even better ones. Know what? Frankly, the most worrying effect of these assassinations is the chaos they've unleashed in people's minds.
What do you mean?
I mean chaos. People don't know what to think, who's good and who's evil. And these are tough times. Who knows what's going to happen?
So, Mr. Master Spy, what's new in the world of politics? Bards singing about anything interesting these days?
Eddern's in trouble. Henselt and his great army are nearing the Pontarch and will ford it and strike any day.
Wow, we haven't had a war in a long time.
Like all little boys, he likes to play with his soldiers. But I don't think Kedwin will have an easy time of it. Eddern's borders are guarded by Saskia the Dragon Slayer.
Who's she? Some mercenary?
A peasant girl and self-proclaimed commander of something called the Edirnian Voluntary Militia.
Fighting women and bards who play politics. These are strange times. I know you. I can see you're dying to ask me. What is it?
All right, fess up. What happened to Foltest?
Oh.
The king's dead, and the Scoia'tael are in it up to the tips of their pointed ears.
Yada yada. The Scoia'tael are blamed for everything in this country, from bad crops to bad marital sex.
I was there. I saw it. The assassin escaped with the help of Scoia'tael.
I guess the price on Yorvith's head will rise.
The Rito sensed that already. If he can catch Yorvith.
Fertilized by the elf's rotting corpse, his career will blossom somewhere far away from this dump.
I'm having flashbacks, Dandelion.
What have you remembered?
My own death.
I saw that with my own eyes, as I've told you many times. Yennefer gave her life to save yours. I thought you might have remembered what happened afterwards. I mean, how the devil can you be here now? I hear you, I see you, you're breathing. I mean, you're just alive.
Dandelion, I've had a flashback or two. I don't know everything yet.
Sonra görüşürüz. Bununla işimiz bitsin bakalım. Triss. Bunu konuşmuştuk ya. Konuştuğumuz kalkıyor ya. Niye ki?
Good to see you, Zoltan. What are you doing so far from home?
It's a dog's life, Gerald, I'll tell you that much. You work your fingers to the bone for 6 years, you listen to the tirades of that old tyrant Breckenrig, you buy jewels. Then she breaks off the engagement. And there I was, level like a vote. Fuck it. Out of sight, out of mind. Farewell to Eudora, the forge in Novigrad, and all the world's Breckenrigs. I'm a plain merchant, and I've made my peace with that.
Şu bilek güreşi yapacağız burada. Yok, yapmayalım.
Do you know someone named Cedric?
Know him? We drank each other under the table last Saturday. I barely made it home.
Where do I find him?
Most times gazing at the forest from a tower near Lobendon. Strange.
Ha, biz onunla görüştük ki zaten.
A heavyweight when it comes to drink.
Thanks.
Aa, bir dakika ya.
Can I ask you something, Zoltan?
Sit down, Gerald, you old goat. Drinking alone is as bad as shitting in company.
Another time, maybe. You've been here a while and probably know...
I'm no researcher, but go on, ask away.
Who would need a troll's head?
Same folks who need a bear's head to hang on the wall, show how plucky they are. A peasant with a troll's head in his wall can raise many scuttles.
Thanks.
Where are you off to?
Sightseeing round the houses of Lovenden.
Bir dakika ya.
Gerald?
Hayda.
We arrived in Flotsam.
Bu bölümü konuşmayla geçecek herhalde. Ben yine cüceye tıkladığımı sandım, bununla konuştum. Hepsi birbirine çok iç içe durduğu için.
We'll visit Laredo as invited. Maybe a hick heading a bunch of imbeciles, but this is his territory and he could prove useful. How can the commander of a Temerian garrison just piss all over the commander of Foltest's special forces?
The Blue Stripes aren't exactly popular among common folk, in case you haven't noticed.
Like anyone who does the dirty work. But Laredo's a soldier.
The worst scum gets posted to dumpy border towns like this. Incompetent fools who show off their authority to a bunch of grimy peasants.
A little town deep in the forest, terrorized by Skoyatown. You should be in your element, Roach.
Flotsam isn't just any old town, Gerald. Temerian, Redane, Kedwin, and Evian. The largest kingdoms in the
Bir sürü yer var ya, daha ilk kasabaya geldik. Kim bilir kaç tane böyle kasaba var. Bayağı büyük haritası. Ve bu sene çıkacak olan Witcher 3 için yapımcılar Witcher 1 ve Witcher 2'nin toplam büyüklüğünden daha büyük bir haritaya sahip olacağını söylediler. Vay canına.
Every caravan has to come through Flotsam, and anyone who wants to place their cargo on a boat on this section of the river has to bear Laredo in mind.
They say Henselt of Kedwin has gathered an army and is heading for Bergen. The Pontar Valley will be on fire soon, while we, Gerald, are sitting in Flotsam, the gateway to the valley.
I'd like to believe it's pure coincidence and the killer just followed the squirrels here.
Naive, to say the least.
Sonra görüşürüz. Uzak. Cüce.
Say something, or did you just fart?
Ha, fart.
You look strong. Care for the little contest?
Müsabaka falan istemiyorum ya. Bu ne meraklılar bunlar, bilek güreşine. Ya konuş diyeceğim. Heh, şimdi bunu seçiyor. Çok tuhaf. Bunun yanında duruyorum, diğerini seçiyor, diğerinin yanında duruyorum, bunu seçiyor.
Requires precision, but it's swell. Jewelry? Not quite. The sorceress is building a magical contraption. Spends her days staring at it. A regular magpie eyeing a copper. But I don't think she's getting anywhere with it. Got so enraged one time she dashed a vase against the wall. Some temperament those sorceresses.
Sorceress. Büyücülere sahire demişler ki güzel.
Is there a good swordsmith or blacksmith here?
There's a small smithy by the wall. Quite basic. The tools probably remember the conjunction of the spheres.
Surun kenarında. Bak, bunu öğrendiğimiz iyi. Haritada işaretler onu. Çünkü ona satabileceğimiz ve ondan alabileceğimiz şeyler oluyor.
You could also look in on some merchants. I don't think the readers robbed them of everything yet.
Tamam. Hatta burada yeşil bir nokta gösteriyor. Sen misin? Yok, takas falan istemiyorum. Ha, burası dışarı çıkış. Tamam. Şimdi Kayran en son bu Flotsam'ın canavarı. Bunu işaretlemiş. Ahlaksız teklif. Bizim bunu işaretlememiz lazımdı. Tamam. Yerler, karakterler. Harita yok mu burada? Harita burada yok. İlla M'ye basacağız. Görev, ahlaksız teklif görevi burada. Sağdan dümdüz yardıracağım. Ama orası gece gidecektik değil mi o göreve ya? Bir daha bakayım. Akşam vakti. Akşam vaktinin olmasını nasıl sağlarız? Şurada bir meditasyon yapsak. Tam kapının önünde yapalım. Nasıl yapıyorduk meditasyonu? Meditasyon yap. Akşam vakti. Gün batımı. Evet. Herhalde bunu kastetmiştir. Yaptık herhalde, oldu mu? Bir de simya yapsak. Bir sürü var elimizde bunlardan. Formül. Hasar %10. Kahverengi yağ kanamayı arttırır. Hasar %10. Hasar eksi %10. Biz eksi %10 hasar alıyoruz. Dövüş esnasında can tazelemesi. Şu iyiymiş aslında. Bundan yapalım. İki tane yapalım. Abartmaya gerek yok. Bundan da yapalım. 3 tane yapalım. Bu ne işe yarıyormuş? Direnç. Yanmaya, kanamaya, her şeye direnç. Bundan da yapalım. Bunlardan yapmak seviye atlamamıza sebep oluyor mu acaba? Tamam. Bundan da yapalım. Başarım kazan. Şu muydu? Bu da değil. Şu muydu? Bundan da yapalım. Tamam. İksir iç. Dövüşe hazırlanırken iksir içeceğiz aslında. Yanlış yapıyorum. Şu anda 0. Bunları arttıramıyoruz. Bir dahaki sefere şey deneyelim. Dövüşmeden önce iksir içip dövüşe öyle girelim, bakalım neler olacak. Şimdi akşam oldu mu? Olmadı ki, hala gündüz. Allah Allah. Gün batımı. Şu anda gün batıyor mu? Ay anasını, çok güzel görünüyor ya. Şurada mavi var. O mavi ne? Tam şu anda oradayım. Sen misin mavi?
The mutant's pursuing me!
Sen misin? Sen misin? Takas. Dükkan. Dükkanda neler varmış? Rün var bunda. Ha, taşlar ve rünler var. Gerek yok ya. Bizim ağırlığımız da iyi yerinde. Bir şey gerek yok, tamam. Niye kilitli?
Louita wanted to see me.
Commandant's busy.
Come back after dusk.
Hayda. Gün batımından sonra diyor. Gece geleceğiz. Meditasyon yap. Biraz şuraya kadar. Tamam. Oldu mu gece? Olmadı.
Laredo wanted to see me.
Commandant's busy. Come back after dusk.
Allah Allah, ben mi beceremiyorum? Meditasyon yap. Tamam. Yok, illa gece yarısı olacak. Heh, oldu. Bu sefer oldu.
What?
Gece yarısında
Wanted to see me.
Leave your weapon here.
akşam hava karardıktan sonra değil de direkt gece yarısı dese ya.
I need to talk to the commandant too.
You going inside or not?
Listen, friend. I'm an officer and you're a runt. And when I say jump, you will not only...
Come on, Roach.
Bir girelim şu görevi bir yapalım ya. Oyunda gündüz gece döngüsü bayağı uzun sürüyor herhalde çünkü hiç gece olduğuna şahit olmadım.
He succeeded so far.
A ballista. The bastard's got a ballista. You know the power of this weapon. Its arms strengthened with bronze plates and strung with horsehair. It can propel heavy bolts up to a mile away.
Evet, biliyoruz.
An experienced
Denedik
crew
onu.
can release 2 bolts each minute, but it can't hit the same spot twice because it recoils and shifts. I've heard that somewhere before.
Kral anlat.
Where did you learn about ballistae?
I knew someone who knew a bit about them.
Unimportant. We need to damage it if we don't want to be at Laredo's mercy. They're all drunk here now. I'll provoke the guard.
Relax, Roach. I don't want to fight this rabble again.
As long as that weapon's operational, no one will sail this section of the Pontar without Laredo's express permission.
I'll handle this. Go have a drink.
Mancınığı etkisiz hale getirmenin bir yolunu bul. Ya bizim görev o değildi ki. Bizim görev buydu.
Nothing better than a fireside feast.
Except a fireside feast with copious amounts of liquor.
Add plough into the mix and it doesn't get any better.
Luckily, the commandant's
Bu
provided
Lady
it
ile
all.
Hatun'la konuşamıyoruz.
True. Come here, lass.
Nerede bizim
Your uncle's got a
konuşacağımız?
story.
Did you hear?
So long as
Two
you
big
can afford
shots
to tell
arrived.
it.
Ha, Ro.
Tend to the ballista, Gerald.
Mancınığı hallet diyor. He. Roş'a eşlik et diyor. Bir dakika. Hayır hayır. Biz öbürünü seçeceğiz. Nerede mancınık? Ha şu. Önce onu yapmamızı istiyor beyefendi. Gece olmasını bunun için mi bekledik? Bir bakalım neredeymiş mancınık. Mancınık nerede? Allah Allah.
Luckily, the commandant's provided it all.
True.
Mancınığı hallet de.
Laredo's busy with that witch Sheila. Come back later.
Gerald, let's wait downstairs in the yard.
He.
So long as you can afford to tell it. I'm not left in here
Yes?
Do we wait until the honorable lady is done?
Waste of time. Looks like a good number of Flotsam's town watchmen are here. We should look around. Did you see that arbalist behind the house? I'll get his attention. Give him something to think about. Why don't you find out what they're guarding so closely?
My apologies, gentlemen. I could not help overhearing your
Yuh, o kadar
conversation.
uzaktan nasıl kulak misafir oldu?
In point of fact, it's a matter for the Witcher. I have an offer.
An offer? Interesting.
I suspect you did not come to Flotsam for pleasure alone.
You suspect right.
Do you know about the monster in the river?
Evet.
Might have heard something.
I expect someone will hire you to deal with it sooner or later. Thus, I presume that...
Stop presuming, expecting, and concluding. Just tell me what you want.
Our honored host is in possession of part of a trap, built especially for the beast in question.
Go on.
Around back, there's a storage area where Laredo keeps the treasures he confiscates from merchants and travelers. There are heaps of things out there.
Let me guess. You know exactly where I need to look.
Precisely. I saw Laredo's men carrying the contraption across the garden in a crate. They placed it on a platform by the wall, beyond which lies the craftsman's district.
Why are you telling me?
Why? We need to be rid of the beast as soon as possible. Good luck.
All right. I'll distract the guard. You sneak behind the house.
Brilliant as ever.
Haven't had this good a time.
Aynı anda iki kişiyle iki farklı mevzuyu konuşuyoruz ya. Ha, nöbetçi bu şey yaptı.
Soldier, report to me immediately.
What do you want?
Shut it, soldier. Have respect for your superiors or spend the rest of your life on the king's galley.
In Flotsam, we cut the hands off thieves.
I was looking for the privy.
You're lucky the Commandant wants to see you. Come on!
Commandant, sir. We caught the Witcher sneaking around the garden.
Bring him in and leave.
Yes, sir.
Yakalanmayacak.
We were just discussing a certain matter. You here on business too?
The Commandant wanted to see me.
In that case, I shall leave you to it.
Finally!
They didn't want to let me in while the sorceress was here.
Did you see her? Made up like a whore on parade day. They think they can do anything, those sorceresses. I heard what happened in Temeria. You know your name's on a warrant. It's unfortunate, though nothing that should impede our dealings. See, I'm the law round here, and the law needs to know what the legendary White Wolf's doing in this cesspit.
That's no concern of yours.
Listen, Witcher, here in Flotsam, everything's my ploughing concern. Let me help you, Gerald.
I'm looking for the man responsible for Foltest's death.
Here?
I know the Scoia'tael had a hand in it too. It's their trail I followed to Flotsam.
Lucky you found Bernard Laredo, then. If you're telling the truth, your vet's got raw blood on his hands. I can help you find him.
What about Vernon Roach? Why didn't you let him in?
Roach? Know the aura that surrounds him? Men like him act first and think later. And when they act, almost inevitably innocent blood flows. I trust you're on our side.
Whose side is that?
That of the people of Flotsam, of course. Terrorized by the elven bandits for years now.
There was a time those forests belonged to the elves. To them, humans are bandits.
Spare me your sympathy. The elder races, the elder language, plough it all! Today they torch human settlements, they poison our wells, and they murder us along the highways. You fail to understand.
It's you who doesn't understand, Laredo. To tell you the truth, I'm not human.
You an elf? A dwarf? No, talking bollocks. I piss on the fact that they call you freak for your white hair and glowing eyes. You're a human like any other. We're fighting a war. And you, my friend, cannot straddle the fence.
Your point, Commandant?
You're a witcher. Your job is to protect the simpletons from monsters. I protect them from the danger that lurks amongst the trees.
I see where this is going.
Yorvit's no better than a monster that attacks to gather kindling. Matter of fact, he's worse. He's smarter and crueler.
How do we get him?
I don't want you to kill him. Even you don't have a hope against his entire force. I have an idea, but I'd rather not go into it now. The squirrels are up to something. Every night their scouts come closer. I suspect they plan to attack the barge moored in the port.
What's on the barge?
You mean who? Bandits, murderers, rapists. On their way to the dungeons at Drakenborg. As soon as...
Their infamous leader joins them. The cherry on the cake, and Bernard Laredo's crown trophy.
Couldn't have put it better myself. As long as Yorveth remains free, humans, elves, and dwarfs will live alongside each other in deep distrust. I've got to learn what the pointy-eared rat is planning.
How am I supposed to get that information?
You underestimate me, Witcher. True, I have my prejudices, but I'm not blinded by them. Take your friend Zoltan, for instance. He contacted Yorveth.
How can Zoltan help if he can't go outside the walls?
Step by step, Gerald. That's how you build trust. You could start by tending to a problem we have. A beast. The Kairan has blocked all boat traffic. I'm losing tolls. That is, the trading post is losing revenue. Kill the Kairan and I'll declare your friends acquitted of their crimes. Then Zoltan can take you to see Yorveth.
I'll talk to Zoltan.
I trust you'll make the right decision. Farewell.
Bakalım neye karar vereceğimizi ben de bilmiyorum. Şuralara bir bakalım, araştıralım diyeceğim ama. Ha. Kilitli. Onu açamıyoruz. Uhu. Bunları aldığımız zaman çalmış olmuyoruz herhalde. Yukarı bir baksak mı? Yukarıda bakasım var.
Entry only on the Commandant's Express orders. Off you go.
Bakamadık yukarıya. Çıkalım. Ha, burası çıkmıyormuş. Ha.
No passage.
Yalım ya. Ha, burası çıkıyor.
Except a fireside feast with copious amounts of liquor.
Add flour into the mix and it doesn't get any better.
O zaman şöyle yapalım. Ne seçili şu anda? Ahlaksız teklif seçili. Mancınık, şu mancınık işini bir yapsaydık aslında ya. Hatta mancınığı seçeyim.
True. Come here, lad.
Yok, o mancınık. Neyse. Önümüzdeki bölüm bakarız. Mancınık için buradan gizlice arkaya geçmemiz gerekiyordu ama şu anda geçemeyiz. Bizim eleman da ortalarda görünmüyor şu anda. Nerede o?
That's true.
You know this one. A little help skipping down the path.
Neyse biz şunu seçelim, onu da bırakalım. Ahlaksız teklifi seçelim. Burada bırakalım. Burada şeyle konuşacağız. Biriyle konuşacağız. Kimle? Bununla konuşacağız. Margarita. Allah Allah. Ya da buranın arkasında biriyle konuşacağız. Şimdi konuşmayayım. Bölümü çok uzatmayayım. Bu bölüm hiçbir dövüş, kavga dövüş olmadı. Aksiyon olmadı. Sırf konuşmayla laklakla geçti. Ben de pek konuşamadım dinlemekten. Şimdilik bu kadar olsun. Önümüzdeki bölüm biraz aksiyona gireriz diye umuyorum. İzlediğiniz için teşekkür ediyorum. Bir sonraki bölümde görüşürüz.